Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to bring you a taste of Yogananda's original teachings, in my case from Swami Kriyananda's autobiography, The New Path. And today is April 13th, and I'd like to read this little paragraph to you. The spiritual path would, one suspects, be relatively easy to understand if it involved only meditation, ecstatic visions, and blissful expansions of consciousness. Why, one asks, must it be complicated by mundane activities like ditch digging and letter writing and cleaning up kitchens? One may sympathize, on one level at least, with the reluctant disciple the day we completed the swimming pool at the 29 Palms, who grumbled, "I didn't come here to pour cement." Many a sincere devotee, too, has probably wondered what pouring cement or digging ditches or writing letters or cleaning up kitchens has to do with finding God. The answer is quite simple: nothing. Not in itself, anyway. So what he's talking about here, of course, is that famous saying that it's not what we do, it's how we do it. And so Yogananda did indeed give his disciples seemingly mundane work to do. And the biggest part of doing our tasks is the ego transcendence that we experience in the process. And if we're feeling, well, I'm too good for this, or this is a task that's beneath me, or this is a task I don't like doing, or I would rather be doing something else, any of and all of these kinds of thoughts take us away from the essence of the activity to begin with. When I first moved to Ananda village in California in the early 70s, Swami Kriyananda was more involved in the runnings of the community back then. And I remember that he would, more often than not, ask people to take on certain tasks or roles that were completely different than what they trained for. Many of us came straight out of college, or like myself, still in college, and maybe had degrees in certain things, and we'd come there and we'd find ourselves harvesting in the garden, or in my case, my very first job was to take care of a woman who was quadriplegic. You know, I had absolutely no skills or training or even inclination to do that, and nursing has never been anything that attracted me. And so there I was, doing something I was not only untrained for, but not particularly happy about or suited to. But that happiness is the key, of course. When we can do things like that we might not choose for ourselves to do, and do them happily and do them joyfully, well, to put it another way, we can only do them happily and joyfully if we're in contact with that divine essence that is within us, that is seated at the center of our own soul. Because in that essence, it doesn't matter what we're doing outwardly. What matters is that we're doing it with God, that we're doing it in our own highest self, our own highest nature from that consciousness. And it's not a serious consciousness. It's not a, I gotta do this because God wants me to do this kind of consciousness. It's a very joyful, very light consciousness because there is no ego to weigh it down. And that is the key. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Blessings now. Bye-bye.